Kapag pinag-uusapan ang klasifikasyon ng mga bansa sa pagiging mayaman o mahirap, kalamitan nating naririnig ang mga kategoryang First World, Second World at Third World. Ang mga bansa na developed and industrialized with strong economic stability ay karaniwang tinatawag na First World. Those nations that are the poorest or economically underdeveloped ay tinatawag namang Third World. And those nations that are neither developed as the First World nor poor as the Third World ay kabilang sa kategorya na Second World. Tama ba ang mga kahulugan na ito? Paano nabuo ang mga klasifikasyon na ito at anong mga pamantayan ang ginamit upang matawag ang isang bansa sa mga kategoryang ito? The three-world model o ang klasipikasyong First World, Second World at Third World ay nagsimulang umusbong noong kalagitnaan ng 20th century. After World War II, the US and the Soviet Union continued to compete for global supremacy. This era, from 1947 to 1991, was known as the Cold War. It was the period of Western capitalism against Soviet socialism. Sa panahong ito, ang mga bansa ay nahati into two major geopolitical blocs. The capitalist America, kasama ang Western Europe at ang kanilang mga allies ang bumubuo ng First World. The Communist Soviet Union naman, kasama ang mga bansa sa Eastern Europe at kanilang mga allies gaya ng China, ang bumubuo sa Second World. These two divisions were commonly referred to as the Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc. Ang dalawang grupo na ito ang naging batayan sa konsepto ng First World at Second World. So paano nagkaroon ng Third World? Nations that were not aligned with the US or the Soviet Union were called the Third World. Sila ang mga bansa na neutral or walang association or walang kinalaman sa tensyon at pagtatalo sa pagitan ng capitalist bloc and communist bloc. Ang mga bansa na ito ay karamihang mga former colonies ng mga European countries at sa panahong ito, halos lahat ng bansa sa Africa, Middle East, Latin America at Asia ay kabilang sa klasifikasyon ng Third World. Isa sa mga non-aligned at neutral na bansa na kabilang dito ay ang Pilipinas. Sa pagtatapos ng Cold War noong 1991, ang kahulugan ng mga political terms na First World, Second World, and Third World ay hindi na naaangkop at nawalan na ng saysay. But over the period of time, the definition of these terms has shifted and evolved. Bagamat naging obsolete na ang term na Second World at hindi na gaanong ginagamit, the definition of the terms First World and Third World changed from being a party affiliation label to a term of economic status. Tinatawag pa rin kalimitan na First World ang mga highly developed countries of the West at iba pang mga mayayaman na bansa sa mundo. Meanwhile, the definition of the term Third World has changed completely from non-aligned countries to countries with poor economic development. Ngayong alam na natin kung saan nanggaling ang mga klasipikasyong ito, tama bang tawagin na Third World ang mga mahihirap na bansa ngayon? Since Third World is a Cold War term and an outdated model of geopolitical period at that time, calling a poor country Third World is not right, as it is political and derogatory and should not be used anymore. Isa pa, the concept of the First World as wealthy nations is an inaccurate definition, as even the First World countries have poverty-stricken demographics that are comparable to the third world countries, so bakit may ganoong distinction? Moreover, the term third world encourages prejudicial ideology as it promotes the us and them concept and implies that there's a hierarchy sa pagitan ng mga bansa kung sino ang the best at worst at kung sino ang nasa itaas at nasa ibaba. Sa kasalukuyan, there's no official country classification system ang mundo, dahil each nation's level of development is unique, and there's no universally accepted criterion and methodology yet na tutukoy kung ano-anong mga bansa ba ang tama at akma sa mga kategoryang ito. But to better understand the social and economic outcomes of a country, various international organizations today, such as the United Nations Development Program, International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank, have come up with their own country classification system in order to provide a statistical convenience. The UN classifies countries based on the Human Development Index and refers them as developed countries and developing countries. Ang IMF naman ay nagbase sa per capita income level, export diversification, and degree of integration into the global financial system ng isang bansa para sa kanilang klasifikasyon. Ayon sa kanila, ang mga bansa ay nahati bilang advanced economies at emerging and developing economies. Ang World Bank naman ay mayroong klasifikasyon na based sa gross national income per capita, and in this classification, the world's economies are divided into 4 income groups: high income, upper middle income, lower middle income, at low income. So if the term third world is outdated, offensive, and inappropriate, anong pwede nating itawag sa mga nasyon na kasalukuyang hindi mayaman at pinauunlad pa lang ang kanilang ekonomiya? At present, the term developing country ang ginagamit. According to Wikipedia, a developing country is a country with a less developed industrial base and a low human development index relative to other countries. The term low-middle-income country is also used interchangeably to refer to a developing nation. Terms like developing country and low-middle-income country sound more appropriate and a better choice when referring to economically developing nations.